Well, for those of you just joining us, we are following breaking news. This morning, the Supreme Court overturned the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling, which guaranteed a constitutional right to an abortion.
Joining us now for added reaction is North Carolina Congresswoman Deborah Ross. Congresswoman Ross, thank you so much for spending a couple minutes with us here. Give us a sense of what North Carolinians should know for what this will mean to us.
Well, first of all, this is a sad day for women all across our country. But the most important thing that women in North Carolina should know is that abortion is still legal in our state. So we have the right to abortion up to 20 weeks in North Carolina, and we have a governor who will protect that right. But the other thing that women of North Carolina need to know is that we have elections in November and their rights are on the ballot. And if our legislature can overturn a veto, then their rights will be gone in an instant. And so it is in our hands to protect our rights and the rights of our sisters and our daughters.
And Representative Ross, what do you think the biggest impact will be here in our state?
I think the biggest impact is that women will have lost their personal freedom, their autonomy to make decisions with their family and with their doctors about when they're going to have children and how they're going to carry on with their lives. And so, like I said, in North Carolina, that right is secure, at least as long as we have Governor Cooper and an ability to sustain his veto. But those decisions are going to be different than they've been for the last 50 years. And our daughters are going to have less autonomy, less ability to make decisions than we do, and even some of our parents did. And this is one of the first times in history when rights have gone backward in this country, and they affect more than half of the population. That's sad, but we can take control. We can make sure that this right is preserved. And the House has passed making Roe versus Wade the law of the land. They also can go and let their senators know they need to take action on this bill so everybody around the country is protected.
Congresswoman Ross, what does it mean when you, from the high court perspective, when a precedent case like this comes into effect, when you're talking directly about people's rights, be it guns or reproductive rights? What does that mean for the high court when precedent is changed?
Well, what it means is that they have taken drastic action. And usually when they change precedent, it's to increase rights. This is one of the only times in history that they've changed precedent to take people's rights away. And they've done that to more than half of the population. What they did say is these rights will now be up to the states. And that means everybody's got to get busy in their states. Here in North Carolina, we're going to have elections in November, and they're going to determine who serves in Congress, who serves in the United States Senate, where this bill has been delayed, and who serves in our legislature, and whether or not our governor will be supported. So they've taken our rights and put them directly in our hands. And now it is time for us to mobilize and organize and have our voices and our votes heard.
Representative Deborah Ross, thank you so much for your time and insight to this big day in which the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade.